Be nice if I turned the microphone on, wouldn't it? Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is meteorologist Greg Majeski here on the Weather Nerds YouTube page with a live update here on our big winter storm that's going to be impacting parts of the U.S. here going into Christmas Day and actually lingering a couple of days. So we've been tracking this for a few days now. It looks like the path that the European was hitting was pretty good, but we're going to get a bit of a cutoff low situation here where this low is just going to pummel, especially areas of Nebraska. That's going to get hit pretty good right now. And I've got the current radar up right now where you can kind of see what's going on with that. We'll go ahead and take this full right now, and you can kind of see what is going on here with this system. As it's not too bad out there currently. I mean, you're getting the snows that are falling across portions of the Colorado and stretching into Nebraska, as you can see there, and going up into the Dakotas. So this is South Dakota up here, and then going up into North Dakota, getting up toward Grand Forks with switching over to snow up that way. So it's fairly, we got some moderate layers. We see the darker blues. That's more of a moderate snow kind of falling there across portions of eastern South Dakota. But the area that's going to get really pummeled here is going to be the area down here toward Nebraska. We're talking about areas right in through here and even getting up into portions of South Dakota that are going to get hammered here in the days ahead as this storm system kind of gets its act together and starts to pummel those areas with some pretty heavy snow. So travel is definitely not going to be advised. This is going to be a pretty decent wind maker here as we go through the next couple days. So just folks, if you don't have to travel in this part of the country, I definitely would highly advise against it at this point. Let's go ahead and take a look right now at where the current warnings are right there. Those areas there in orange, those are your blizzard warnings up across a big chunk of Nebraska and into South Dakota. You got winter storm warnings up around that on the periphery and advisories. So that's going to be something that'll be lingering for a few days here as the storm system really is. It's not going to move much at all. It's just going to kind of sit there and kind of spin its wheels. Here is the latest on this. This is the latest in North American model. You see that low just kind of spin there. This is over a 3.5 day period here, and you see Nebraska and areas of South Dakota really going to get hammered pretty good with this. Right through here, just are really going to get hammered pretty good. You see those lines of equal pressure; those are called isobars. And you see them packed in together like that, you know you got a big wind maker. So you're getting some pretty good snows through here. You're going to have some pretty good strong winds as well. You got the cold air kind of wrapping it around that low, and it's cut off. So what that means is that there's nothing to push it out of the way. So as I go here toward the end of this loop, I'm going to loop here toward the end. You see the cold air. It's like a big pool of cold air here right in the middle of the country. There's no jet stream to kind of push this out of the way, so it's just kind of stuck there, and that's why those areas are going to get lingering snow even into this is Tuesday at about midnight or just after midnight on Tuesday with that heavier snow. Let's back this up a little bit. We'll do this kind of more of a timely matter so you can kind of see the timing on this. Again, this is going into, let's start from Christmas Day. So Christmas morning here, that's when the heavier snows are really going to pick up across areas of Nebraska, going into South Dakota throughout the day. So as I go and step you through this here toward the noon hour, or just after the noon hour, coming up to 1 o'clock Central Time, you see in the snows there across Nebraska and the Dakotas. Low kind of goes up just like a little loop-de-loop there right around Iowa. And then that continues into the next day. So this is actually on Tuesday morning. So you're talking about a 12-hour period. There are some pretty good snows there, and some lingering light snows as that kind of wraps up toward the end of the day. Let's go ahead and switch over to this. We'll go ahead and take a look at those snow totals here for this area. Let me switch over here to total snow depths here, and we'll bring you up into this again. You see what we're seeing here for today through Christmas Eve. Is you seeing the lighter snows there, amounts stretching here. You know, you're seeing some areas with 6, 7, 5. There's 3 areas in Nebraska off toward the western portions of the state. But wait till I take it forward into time into Christmas Day. Watch what happens here as you see the big bullseye kind of blurs up there as we go into the overnight period there into the 26th. So look at these totals here. We're talking upwards of a foot of snow, and it's going to be blowing and drifting around, obviously. So you talk a lot of areas here, anywhere from 6 to up to 6 inches to about a foot. I mean, it's definitely not out of the question in this area here with some of this heavier snow as this low pressure gets cranking and makes its presence felt. So it's definitely gonna be a white Christmas for areas, let's say like Lincoln, maybe up toward Grand Plate and all that area. They're going to be looking at some areas for some snow and definitely a white Christmas for that portion of the country. But we'll watch that for a little while. Then the question is going to be, we're going to get other areas going to get snow into January. We'll worry about that in a future update. But this is strictly on this winter storm. So if you got anybody traveling into this part of the country across areas of Nebraska, South Dakota, getting in North Dakota, and you're right along that border between the Dakotas and obviously Minnesota. Definitely not one of those situations where you want to be traveling right now, to say the least. I do have some live cameras up. I actually do have a few live cameras here to kind of highlight some of the areas right now. This is Lincoln, Nebraska. It's still obviously wet and rainy there right now here on Christmas Eve, but it's going to turn very white and look very different as we go about 24 hours from now, as things are going to go downhill over toward Lincoln a little bit later. Kearney, Nebraska, same thing. They're going to be looking at some snowy weather there as well. And just going to be watching these cameras here throughout the day to see how conditions deteriorate here across those areas. Rapid City, South Dakota, also going to be looking very white and very snowy as we go into Christmas Day. It's looking quiet here for the moment, but definitely going to be going downhill as we go through the overnight period and going throughout Christmas Day. And then finally going up to Grand Forks. Up there, looks like they're getting a little bit of snow starting to fall there now. Seeing a little bit there falling lightly. It's just starting to transition over from the rain over to snow. So they'll get not as much snow up in Grand Forks, but they're definitely going to see some more as they go through time. So again, going back to me here, I'm going to watch this very closely here. You can check back here throughout the storm. I'll continue to do regular updates here on this system. If you have not subscribed to the channel, if you're coming to this recording after the fact, please go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you're alerted when I do my live updates here as we track this storm system through the day and into Christmas Day. So it's going to be a pretty decent storm, not really impacting a huge area because the low is cut off, but it is going to be a significant snowstorm, to say the least. If you have any questions or comments, please do me a favor. You can always post those down below. I always respond to anybody who's got any questions on that as we watch this latest winter storm. The first of could be several. January could be a little more active, although the first week doesn't look all that bad. But we'll see how things evolve as we go into January, as we are expecting colder conditions across the country, as you would expect in January, and probably some additional potential for snowstorms as we go throughout the month. That's your update for now. You guys take it easy. Again, we'll see you on the next update. Probably hit you here late afternoon. Got to go head to some Christmas Eve service here at about 2 o'clock Eastern time. And then so I'll probably try to get back in here, say, sometime between 4 and 5 Eastern time to get an update, see how things are evolving then. And I'll probably do another one later into the night, and then another one on Christmas morning. So that's it for now. You guys take it easy. We'll see you on the next update. Until then, if you're wherever you're at, have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you on the next update. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.